Well, we can get into the true costs of being a driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, man, you're crushing it with these thumbnails. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, this honestly relates exactly like to the leaked files. Like, I just think that you know, part of the leaked files was you know, they paid these research firms to say how good the gig economy was and all this kind of stuff, and then internally they're sending messages saying that low wages. What was it? I forget the exact quote, but it's basically like they're our business model relies on drivers making nothing. Basically, that's not verbatim, but it's close to verbatim. And like, I wanted to really get into the nitty gritty of cost of driving Uber, because going back to the leak files and going back to what you said, how, like, you know, what would you do different? It's a dog eat dog world. And that's something that I really learned driving Uber, where, like, you know, it's one of my favorite movies, Bronx Tale. And, you know, one of the quotes from that is nobody cares. Yeah. And like, it really is like, you're on your own out there, you know, and like, you can't think. And again, like, it relates back to my beef with the gig economy and like getting your side hustle on and be your own boss. It's like, you're taking these people who are used to having a employer or a job, and they think they're going into this new job that's going to give them the same kind of protections and care and consideration that a traditional employer were. And like, you got to understand, like, you're on your own, man. And the second you're not benefiting Uber, like, they have no use for you. You know, there's this story I always tell. A friend of mine, his dad wanted to do it. Like, he retired and he wanted to do this. You know, he worked at a company. He's, you know, of the generation. So I'm a millennial. I don't know. Maybe he was a baby boomer, maybe a little older, but like the generation where, like, you still got pensions and you still, like, you know, you worked at a company for 50 years and they took care of you. And it's like, you know, that's unheard of this day and age. You know what I mean? But he was at the same company for 50 years. He retired. He wanted to do something, and he decided to drive Uber, and he like had to be home. He worked for a couple hours. He was planning on being home for dinner at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock with his wife. And he gets this ride. I'm in Philadelphia, and he gets this ride going to like North Carolina or like Virginia or something like 4 hours away, something crazy. And I'm like, all right. And like, this guy he never drove more than 4 hours his entire time working, because he just didn't like driving that all. He's older. Like, he just didn't want to do that. And he took the ride because he felt obligated, because he's like, well, I can't, you know, not take the ride because then I'll get punished by Uber or whatever. I'm like, okay, dude, like, yeah, you'll get a little knock on your acceptance rate, but don't take the ride. Like, I think he ended up getting a hotel in Virginia or something because he couldn't make the drive back. And I'm like, this is exactly the problem.
Disaster.
Pitching it like you're your own business, but pitching it to people and like telling them acceptance rate, this, that, and another. You had this poor retired guy getting a hotel in Northern Virginia because he didn't have the energy to drive back, and it wouldn't have been safe. And it's just like, I don't think he liked driving at night. I'm kind of butchering the story a little bit, but you're getting the gist. And I'm just like, that's the kind of stuff where, like, I just really wish people came in with their eyes open and realized, like, nobody cares about you. You're on
nobody.
Your own.
Yeah, nobody does. The other thing is, you know, these companies, all of them, all the gig companies, they want to have their cake and eat it too. So they want to treat you like an IC when they want to, and they want to treat you like an employee, but they call you an IC when they want to. So, you know, you can't have the cake and eat it too. I mean, it has to be one or the other one. You can't just go, okay, you can take this, you know, forget your acceptance rate. I'm not going to, you know, punish you for not accepting rides. But then I'm going to put you on a half-hour timeout because you didn't do that, unspoken, right? So, you know, something happened to me, like I'm sure it happened to you or many people, is that a few weeks ago, I wrote an article a couple of months ago. There was this crackhead trying to get in my car, calling me all kinds of names. I canceled and moved on, right? Literally. I mean, I was like, bro, you're not getting in my car. It's 6 in the morning, dark. I'm not going to take you in my car. Sure, within 5 minutes, Lyft sent me saying that we're going to deactivate you. Your cancellation rate is too high because it's 5%. FYI, my cancellation rate at 5% went up to 5% because in your terms of service, you tell me if I feel unsafe, I can cancel a ride. That's your guidelines, not mine, bro, right? Irregardless, I would have canceled anyway. So guess what they made me do, Eddie? They made me do cancel rehab school. No joke. You can't do that to your employer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous.
As an employer, you can't do that. And not only they made me do that, then they said, you have a ride challenge now. You have to do 10 rides without canceling one. How the heck am I an independent contractor? This is no joke.
That's insane.
It's true. Wild. It's in my article with all screenshots.
That is crazy.
So which one am I? Today, I'm the employee kind of a treatment I'm going to get. Tomorrow, I'll get the independent contractor, treatment. I'm like, you can't have the cake and eat it too.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
It makes, just listen to that. It makes no sense because it's like you're out there driving and you're going to cancel a ride because you don't want money. Like, oh, this was a ride where you could have money and you just randomly decide, no, I'm out here working, but I don't want money. It's like, no, you're canceling for a reason. And if you were any other business, you'd be able to do that. You know what I mean? If you were any other business.
Yeah, I refuse service to anybody I want, whenever I want, right? I mean,
exactly.
My car. So,
imagine during these 10 rides, you get a kid without a car seat, you get an unaccompanied minor, you get somebody who wants to cancel the ride. Like, you don't know why somebody else might have to cancel a ride or a particular real reason why a ride has to be canceled.
Right.
And yet, if you cancel that, it's like coercing you into doing something that's, again, against TOS, even though you were following TOS from the beginning.
Right.
Yep.
Right. It's insane.
I mean, I could have done, actually, I just thought about that. I hadn't even thought about that. Because if they wanted to set me up a driver for deactivation, they send me something like that, without a car seat or whatever, or I'm not going to take it, or underage. I cancel, and then they go, Serge, you didn't do 10 in a row, like I asked you to do, which I'm not supposed to. I'm not your employee, assholes.
Right.
Anyway, so I go, like, if I had canceled, they probably would have deactivated me. You're right about that one. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, God damn.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.